Hey, good morning. It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. I thought that this video, I just wanted to make it for everyone that's up early today because this is very good news. Pfizer, which is a pharmaceutical company worldwide, have they have made an announcement today that they have a 90% efficacy, which means that with a coronavirus vaccine, which means that they're seeing that 90% of the people who actually took the vaccine versus the people who had the placebo were protected. They have not released exactly how much the protection is, but they've said that if you wanted to kind of put apples to apples with other vaccines, the flu vaccine is a 40 to, I believe they said 60%, uh, uh, where in this one is getting 90%. And this is a blind study. This means that the company itself, which they do the work, but there's independent these are independent trials. These are not where they can just try to fluff up something and say that something is working when it's not working. Even the CEO of the company, when it came to certain things, he said that he does not know because they have not released that information to him. And this is fully with scientists. They've been working on different uh, things since April. You know, I'm pretty sure what happens is that because we have computers and computer runs can run a model, and they could say, well, we probably when they started working on the vaccine, they ran models, and then it got to a point to where they actually had people, and they, from what I heard, was 44,000 people participated, and that is a two-dose shot, so you have to get it, and then you have to get it again. And they were talking about the side effects, and they said that the side effects were very not major. And what I'm thinking is they were basically saying is that you just have a mild case. It's nothing where you have severe. And basically, when it comes down to it, is when with the spread of the virus is what we as all of us want is that we want people who may get affected worse not to have that type of symptoms. And then for ourselves, the people that can get it, uh, some of us might have mild symptoms, some of us may have uh, extreme symptoms, but we don't have to go into the hospital. And they want to lower that. And that's basically what happens with the flu shot is that you get the flu shot, and when you might still get the flu, but it's going to be a lot less. And I remember one time, like before my wife and I started getting the flu shot, we had came down with the flu so bad to where it took about 30 days to get over it. And since then, I believe that was like 2007. Since then, we've gotten our flu shot every year, and we had not came down with the flu at all. But uh, last year, not yeah, 2019, 2019, my wife, which I got the flu, and then I gave it to my son-in-law gave it to me. I gave it to my grandson, and we had took a trip to Florida, and it was like miserable. Like that virus was like that. We were like we got the flu bad. When we got back from that trip, my wife had to be hospitalized, put in the hospital, and we did not even realize it, but she had actually had the coronavirus in 2019. This was around February of 2019. She had it was coronavirus, a strain, not the one that they have now. But I'm telling you, from what happened to her, she was put in there. It had seriously From that time period, from when she had the coronavirus in 2019, not the one, the COVID-19, but this was a coronavirus in February of 2019. We had all got it. Her lungs had never recovered from that. That's what actually accelerated her need to have to get a lung transplant. And but we were thinking like, why were people, they would come into the room and all of them had masks on, but they had never required us to put on masks, and they were allowing her to walk around the uh, come out of her room, and we would walk around in circles so she can get some steps. And they didn't make her put on a mask or anything. It was like, I guess, just thought of different. But that was a very contagious virus. My grandson had got it, and I had felt very bad for him. Like I was just always holding him when we were on that trip. We were in Florida. It was hot. He was miserable, and he was like just crying the whole time. And when we got back, he had a light case of pneumonia and with that virus. I don't think that they had actually called it a coronavirus with him. Uh, and my symptoms were my son-in-law's symptoms. He had it bad, but not as bad as I got it. I got it real bad. And I remember when I was sleeping, going home, when I would come home from the hospital, seeing my wife, and I would go home and I was sleeping, and I have that CPAP machine. I could not even sleep with that on, but that could be very dangerous that I didn't put that on, because the reason why I couldn't sleep with it on was because there was like a burning feeling when I would cough. It was like I was just burning straight down here, in my throat, all the way down my chest. Like it was just like very painful. Uh, I did not go into work. Uh, I didn't want to spread stuff, but I mean, when it was, I just thought I had a real bad case of the flu. But when we look back, it was like that was coronavirus. Now, getting back to Pfizer, and there's other companies that have vaccines out there, but this company is the furthest. And I think, you might be saying, well, why are we talking about this on the channel about credit repair? Because this is what's been affecting all of our lives. This is part of everything that we've been going through for all of these months. So there are 44,000 people in the trial. It's a two-dose shot. And the big news was that they're asking for emergency release by the third week, which would be somewhere around Thanksgiving, or right before. They said this month, so right before the 1st of December. And on the financial side, if you have not, I don't know if any of you are stock market participants. I've been in the stock market, and I could tell you that at the beginning of the day, I was up $5,000 with all of my stocks. The majority have pulled back down. This is what they do when they have a run up and they start taking profits right away. But the ones that have continued to move even after the pullback is obviously Pfizer, and I have 100 shares of Pfizer. It's up today. It's up 11% from what I purchased, which was at 36.65. I anticipate that if everything holds true by the end of the month, this is gonna spike huge. The other one that I bought a lot of shares, I bought 1,035 shares in, is Carnival Cruise. Um, It was, I had actually bought it at $17.65 per share, and it had dropped down last week, well, over some weeks, but it had dropped down to as low as $12. Today is up at it's at 1807, and this is before the market opens. This is just pre-market from people placing orders. So all of this could skyrocket back up soon as the market opens. We're about 2 hours away from that. Uh, but if the reason why I got Carnival is because you know that number one, Carnival, they got financing and they had cash on hand to maintain themselves all the way into 2021 if they don't even get the cruiser ship. Past 2021, actually, those ships, they're not going anywhere. Uh, Cruises is the poor person's um, major vacation. You pay one fee, everything is included. I've been on a few cruises. The first one I took was a medium room, me, my wife, and my daughter. The second one, we took the presidential at the top, like a big suite. It was like we were the kings of the ship. They brought us everything we wanted. But I know that people will be back cruising uh, all the time, and it's going to skyrocket. Right now, it's at 18. It keeps going, fluctuating 18 and going to 1807. So as of today, I've made $4,000 on that stock from, if you bring back my losses that I had when it went down, it brought all of that back and it's went up. And because I have so many shares, I've made 4,300 something dollars, and I'm pretty sure that's going to fluctuate. Before the stock went down, it was at $75 per share. Before the virus hit and they had to stop doing the cruises, it was at $75. So uh, this was a great company before, and it's going to rebound, and it'll go to 75, and it'll probably go to 150 in a few years. But it is a long strategy on that. Uh, this week, we're going to have some very good videos on some content on dealing with debt collectors. Right when the closer that we get to going back to normal, debt collectors are going to be like out in full force. They are going to be like pushing pedal to the metal to go out there to collect debt that they've either purchased or debts from original creditors. So I want to have everyone be ready and prepared, just for just in case you find yourself where you have a debt collector, they sent the demand letter, that 30-day demand letter, and you want to be prepared on answering that, because if you don't, you're going to allow them to move to step two, which is to place it on your credit reports and to start the process if they want to try to sue you. And then when they sue you, they get a judgment, and then they're garnishing your wages. So we're opening up the week this week with it, and I hope everybody is as happy as I am to hear that they might be getting ready to come to some type of light at the end of the tunnel by having a vaccine for COVID-19 coming around the corner, possibly at the end of this month. This is Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. Thank you, and until next time.